Monster kill!
Battle begins.
I think it's put.
But it's also quite a durable pick, right? This kind of reminds me of how Boom tend to last pick this K, even if it's not an ideal game. It's usually just a fine game, but they like the durability of the hero, the ability to leave it alone, and allow the supports to roam very early on. So I think that CK can give them a lot in terms of for the first round.
Sounds like a balanced draft, Bertrand?
Yeah, sounds like a draft on both. But I do prefer OG draft a bit more actually this time. Even though I'm not a big TB believer, but I think Tiny Buck is very decent for Tiny. I think he can scale very well into this game, even though like right now you don't want to buy attack speed items, but still like against CK.
All right, well, we're going to find out how this game will turn out. Only one team will make it out of this. Malaysia, make some noise for Cap and SVG!
I love being back in Southeast Asia, man. You guys are the best. It is 10 p.m. and it doesn't matter. I feel so full of energy because all of you guys out there are hyping up these matches. Let's get ready for a game 3 between OG and Fnatic.
It's absolutely going to go the distance. I think you have 2 illusion carries. You know the map's going to get pushed out. You know they're going to look for the late game fights. Is there a late game hero? We're about to find out. On the other side, DJ Nix, perhaps the real carry of this Fnatic lineup when their back is absolutely against the brick wall that has been OG at these lower bracket runs in the majors.
That's right. There is a lot to learn from previous series here. As you said, they went back for the DJ Nix assassin when it shined the most in that game 3 against Entity, but also in their game 3 against OG at the ESL 1 major, they also tried to pull out the Chaos Knight then and the Hoodwink then. It didn't work for them in that game 3. But maybe this time around,
Fnatic know a thing or two about running the same thing back and making it work at this tournament. Maybe second time's the charm for this Chaos Knight. This is a pretty good game lined up. I mean, what is the AoE from OG? It's some late game Tiny and the Shaker. That's about it. He's going to shred Viper. He's going to shred Terrorblade. As long as he gets out of the lane, that is the big question for me here. OG might be able to crush the lanes. They have the Tiny Puck matchup. They have this Amar Viper, which has been shown to be absolutely destructive versus anybody on any hero.
yeah, that's the scary part for me. If you're looking at OG's lineup, once again, there's some player-hero combinations kind of skittish about. I'm really afraid of that Amar Viper when it's paired up with the right kind of hero. It can chew the Earthshaker again. And Taiga, I mean, he's been really clutch in some of these crazy backlines. Standard Demon is right up his alley in that regard. Nice little play there, OG.
Don't know if they should have, but they'll take it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Still a 2-2 split. I think the name of the game for Fnatic, get out of the lanes, make sure Viper doesn't chain kill your carry a bunch of times, make sure this Razor has a decent laning phase, doesn't get punished too hard, because Terrorblade will go jungle at some point.
Now, it's not like the Chaos Knight Hoodwink lane. It's not like they don't have any on. I think it's possible that they can actually...
Always possible to kill this Viper hero early. They do have very high kill threat. If they get level 2 first, that's the name of the game. They will just go on this Viper and shred him. Chu with the early fissure blocks, trying to get equilibrium for him, and already you can see being put on everywhere.
Everybody's just going on each other. As Jabs takes a ton of damage off of the disruption into the Metamorphosis, and Jabs worked his wrong way around the trees. That's first blood.
Aggression does not pay off in this top lane meta. Securing first blood for a hero that uses it maybe better than any other carry in the game. Very fast start for Yuragi. Like you said, at the same time, they're not able to find the return kill on this Viper bottom because the lane is just so deep.
Yeah.
That's what the Shaker gives you. We're talking about getting level 2 first. The lane's at the tower, it doesn't do much.
Disruption trying to secure the last hit on the range creep. Taiga gets it. Well played.
Mel doing pretty decent mid on the early levels versus a hero with 20 extra base damage on it. 3. Another very solid early laning performance from Mel here.
You might wish to retract your last
Never
move.
failed to disappoint us this tour, sure.
Yeah. Now, we used to see this all the time. The, oh, nice bushwhack.
Got the
damage. Malos wasn't level 2, though. If he was level 2, I feel like they could have gone on Mar, but
here's the level 2, and now they don't have the spells, so a little awkward. This is where you want to go on the Viper. At least get the spells out of OG on this lane. Wear this hero down. He can't play as aggressively. I feel like we're seeing here, this is pretty decent Fnatic. They have the equilibrium. They have full resources on the Chaos Knight. Mar too scared to run up here. This is the Viper in. Jabs trying to push towards that level 3 Razor timing. He's got the Wraith Bands coming out. First blood, not ideal. Still have decent lane control overall. Downtime on the meta. Just Yuragi cannot fight him.
Trying to do some lane pulling shenanigans, see if he can pull the creep wave back, but they do manage to make the creep wave meet in the middle of the jungle. Kind of awkward. He knows he has to go back and forth. Very well again. We used to see this tiny as a match puck all the time.
Toss nerfs, I guess, maybe make it harder to throw him back, which is what the factor. I don't know. I think it's just Armel playing like a boss. I don't think there's anything around it. I don't think this matchup's that easy for him early levels, and he has taken it to him. The DJ rotation.
Barely on point. DJ lands it though. I trusted in DJ impaled, and Fnatic keeping up the score now. Jabs is actually going to go for a straight TP now back to the tower. Disruption in meta, being able to get right next to the raid. Scary.
Waste that meta duration, be happy on this lane. That's a huge kill mid for Armel. This is not a matchup you expect to crush his puck. Armel sets that kill up for DJ, calling him in, saying, hey, this Tiny is getting way too low.
Your last move.
I'm owning him. Come and piggyback on my back for the series. He did. Palos getting chunked bottom a little. Starting to feel the pressure of this level 3 Viper.
Feel like you are naturally going to lose this lane as Fnatic if you cannot get the.
Yes, and they didn't get it early, which is pretty sad for them. Again, Chu doing a decent job preventing that. The equilibrium, the fish blocks, not an easy kill to get, but now they're kind of stuck in this position where you have to battle up against this level 3 Viper with 2 poison attack. Very hard for CK to commit into this.
Just because he's constant, like below half health. Anytime he approaches the creep, takes a lot. Fisher block, really nice. Palos stuck against the trees. Samar can do on some damage. Taiga gets pretty low here. It's like they just did.
So I feel like this is a pretty good scenario for Fnatic in the early game. Just how much mid is going in their favor. Mel has opened up almost a 600 gold lead against Tiny. Absolutely ridiculous in this matchup.
Oh, nice use of the glyph there.
Beautiful.
BZM, he really wants to be able to secure the range creeps.
Even be able to zone him off some of this. Another orb.
Yeah, that's what he's hoping for. Maybe just denies.
Armel putting on a in this mid lane.
Greetings.
Fueled from that one-on-one. Healing himself.
Yeah, he certainly is already throwing around some of the voice lines. Bottom lane, though, they go for Palos. They do manage to hit in a really nice 2-man bushwhack. That'll stall things a lot. And Palos is going to turn around, throw out the stun before retreating. Chu trying to catch up, hit an enchant totem, but he doesn't.
There's a rift.
They're going to pull back, but at the same time, did they go for that kill?
Is it enough? It is.
They get a bushwhack is going to be enough. Palos really nicely played, pulls him back, but doesn't commit and doesn't allow Amar to get the counter kill.
This is very good for Fnatic. This CK being able to stay down here. Amar not being able to convert on the kill. Even extra icing on the cake with that True Death. Fnatic's got to be very happy about this lane. And they're a lineup that can get the advantage super well. Puck can make rotations. You get power runes. They have multiple heroes that can set stuff up between the Nyx, CK, and Hoodwink. OG might be getting pushed into a defensive footing very early.
Palos. Oh, loses sight for a second. Still goes for the kill, though. Thanks to DJ being here. You can see Palos, look at him. He's not greedy at all. He doesn't go for the last hit on the kill or anything. He makes sure that he never puts himself in a position where Amar can commit for a kill.
Very smart. Also keeps his resources higher. Like, if he commits for some kill, spends all his HP, spends a bunch more mana, then he's just kind of sat on the lane. That's where Viper can abuse. So I like the concept of how they're playing this lane, playing the early game. Early rotations for Nyx, it's going to pay him dividends in forms of the levels. He can leave Jabs alone because Terrorblade naturally goes to the jungle. All about mid lane now. Coil is up here. don't know if they have the damage.
Yeah, probably not. DM being level 6, he takes a lot less damage now to those.
He's also got raindrop, full stick, tanky time.
But yeah, I like what you're talking. Especially since this hero has like some self-sustain. It's kind of like a Bloodseeker, right? If you can get him low enough that he can't approach the creep wave, that he's not taking advantage of those lifesteal.
This hero's full HP, he's very powerful. You just sit there and lifesteal through the harass.
Yeah.
Mara's not doing anything to him, and this is not the game flow that OG normally wants with this Viper plus melee hero lane. They want it to destroy you, they want it to create a pressure point. That's why they're bringing both supports here. It's just too tanky.
It really is.
They need more levels on this Viper.
Yeah, meanwhile, Uragi's actually being pushed out of lane. So if Fnatic can keep this, searching for the kill. But if they can keep it like this, right, they'll be able to take that safe lane tower with the Chaos Knight still holding out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Create a tower differential. Big rune for BM here. Double damage. The highest base damage game. That every day.
Could be an opportunity if he hits. You know, avalanche onto Armel, follow up from the Fissure. They're going to do a lot of damage to him. Not quite enough to burst him, but Armel could still be caught. He gets the coil off, they lose sight. They can't quite get him. They were hoping for the disruption there, weren't able to get it. The bushwhack doesn't land. Away from that.
Stuck between disrupting him and trying to get the tiny last hit in. It's going to be that DD rune down. I think Armel's happy to trade coil for getting that rune at bottle. Now BZM running top, just aggression from the... Perhaps trying to set up a kill with meta, which is up here. Shaker TPing as well. Big committal from OG to defend the safe lane.
They're going to be able to catch him. Nyx Assassin is too far away to save him. Japs will fall.
Solid kill, defending their tower, keeping Terrorblade in the lane.
Punk did end up going back to the fountain. Palos
Phantasm
needs some help. He's going to turn around with the Phantasm coming back up. He's going to go for it. DJ is going to show up. Oh, he doesn't hit. Misses, but he has the spike carapace. And once again, Palos just leaves it to the other heroes to get the kill. Protects his own life first and foremost.
The misread of Amar with that, I mean, coming up K and the teleports that can come in, he's still trying to apply pressure, which is the correct move. Need to create the pressure point down here so Fnatic can't collapse on the other lanes. And OG, they're still trying to shut down this Razor. They don't want to let their Terrorblade lose more map control. Fnatic, at the same time, smoking back up here. 10-minute rune contest.
Oh no, he cut down the tree. The bushwhack doesn't land, and instead it's a 3-man Fissure. Fnatic, their entire gank crumbles over just one small move from BZM.
Race for the rune bottom. I'll go to the tiny here. I don't see Armel committing. Not the most important rune, though. What a weird clash for them to have here. I don't think either team was really expecting the other to be there. Quick cut. Him up. A lot of space.
And then this through.
I will say Uragi is having a great game on the... Yeah. Committed a lot to give it. They went through his lane multiple times to defend this tower, keep him in the lane, give him the extra levels. He has paid it back. That net worth shooting up over 1,200 over the CK.
Yeah, seriously. He's so far at. He's gotten 2 kills, but still.
Man. Rocking it. They hit a very nice timing. OG can fight around, trying perhaps even just aggressively force objectives with a single pickoff.
Does Fnatic have Terrorblade amp?
They have DJ Nyx. Seems like the answer to anything. Just hit
Sure,
3 or 4 heroes with an impale. I'm sure you'll deal with.
All right, but just straight up hero matchups.
I mean, Puck CK Hoodwink, it's a lot of stun, disable, and magic damage that can deal with this Terrorblade in the lane. Like, I don't think Fnatic's worried about just Terrorblade in the late game. The problem becomes, again, it's this OG Tricore, the tankiness, Shaker, and SD. Can you get on this backline? If you can't, these supports scale very well. It's almost like Terrorblade isn't the biggest problem for Fnatic in the late. They have the tools to deal with it. At the same time, does OG have the best deals for the Chaos Knight, right? There's another illusion carry playing into somewhat limited AoE for big portions of this. Fnatic try and just rush their CK timing ahead of the Terrorblades.
DJ walking through the sentry, but he'll walk out of it just as easily. Quick reaction there by Carapace.
Good info.
He absorbs at least some of the experience. That's sad.
Kind of a rush to the... They want this Witchblade puck. They want the beacon. Fnatic's happy to farm up a little bit here and run into this quad. You know, they're going to farm a little slower for now, not too much. Their impact items aren't going to be as insane. Sure, you're getting some more damage on Viper, but the biggest one's probably this tiny blink. At the same time, Tiny's just the poorest core of this game. He rushes blink, brown boots, blink and die once. Suddenly, this Tiny falls very far behind. Pushes more weight onto the Terrorblade to just carry this game. ECM is gonna have to hit his moves and hit them well.
Does it?
Jay, Vendetta cooldown.
Yeah, are they gonna go for a TP here? They're gonna try and defend a safe lane tower.
The sentry's running out.
The sentry is gonna be able to catch him. They get the chain stun, he's dead. BZM gets his first big opener, kills the Nyx assassin. The puck is here, but I don't think they can defend this anymore without their Nyx.
Tower. Not an OG line if you want to get really ejected. Less the Terrorblade commits. Mid.
Purge on Palos. He does have the
harass.
arm, and Yuragi's not going. Push him out of the lane.
This move is almost just trying to force some info, free up the bottom tower push as well. Chu waiting in the back.
Okay.
Read this.
Drop the sentry. He knows Armel is here. Throws out the Fisher. BZM's going to be able to catch him with the combo, but Armel should be able to jump away here. BZM, he's going to go for it again. No, doesn't want to dive into it.
Tanky
Combo
puck.
won't be up.
Benefit of going early, treads raindrop wand versus the Tiny. Just tanking up first the burst. Delays the Witchblade, but he's happy to live in these scenarios. Double damage.
Feels like part of the reason they haven't been able to kills is just
Gary, the burst that can come. Jay's their best tool to map, and he's run into some sentries. Another one placed by Taiga.
oh.
They are reading very well here. Shutting down the Nyx aggression. DJ hasn't found anything in what feels like 5 minutes. And now
OG trying to hold this ground, but the Impale's going to hit him first. No toss back. Will manage to slow down the Tiny even more, but it looks like DJ is going to be in some trouble despite Carapace. Toss him over to the Shadow Team. At the same time, Jabs couldn't get in at a good link. Amar's going to go for a 2-second stun, though. He's very tanky, but they are bringing him lower and lower. The plasma field isn't quite enough, and they can't commit into the metamorphosis.
they'll have coil up. Phantasm in 7.
Yeah, they can maybe grab some heroes here with the coil.
They also have that high ground ward, so Fnatic sees everything here.
See the
recommit.
two supports in this position. They do manage to hit the bushwhack. Again, with that meta still up, very hard to fight into OG sitting on a high ground scenario.
Terrorblade is very strong in these engagements where Viper and Tiny can frontline for. You're just not getting enough burst on the backside to deal with. Fnatic need their next round of items here. Again, BKB for Jabs. Super important so he can just run in frontline. It's job. PK is 3 or 4 slotted.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Keeping him busy. Kind of like a mess of heroes kind of hanging out. Sport's not really sure what they can do.
All right, Witchblade done for Puck. He got the Power Rune. It's another illusion. Not ideal, but he might be able to dodge some Tiny initiation. BKB is coming out for Jabs here. He's going to have to go to base for it.
Sam would have been a really great catch in the river.
They're looking for Terrorblade.
He's already out. They're going to go up into the jungle
Does have
for
a
the
sentry.
Terrorblade. He's got a sentry in play. This.
He saw him. Knows.
Radiant's
Just
bottom
completed.
tower is under attack.
Killed again. He pop into strength trip.
Fnatic means time for these Terrorblade illusions. Mar pushing towards his own.
4-4, a very tense game 3 so far, 17 minutes in. Neither team able to make super aggressive moves confidently. Then Fnatic looking for opportunities, especially with Jay with the Vendetta, but OG holding a very tight-knit circle around this blade at most times.
Only say versus OG just looking at say their timing's a little later than Fnatic, so they're happy to farm up, but BZM is worried he's falling a little bit behind. Again, he just rushed this blink. He wanted to be more active, get some stuff done. His supports are kind of slow, so maybe they didn't have the best tools to deal with it. He was just slow the game down. But now you're in a situation where all three of Fnatic's cores are going to push out waves, farm up the map. And yeah, OG choosing to try and activate this Tiny and get something done here. Smoking to the triangle.
They're going to run into the assassin, DJ. They're going to head back to mid. Back to mid. That's where the Razor is. Jabs has a BKB, so he's not the easiest kill, but they can chains on him and do a lot. He's going to pop the BKB, and Purge slows him down, and the physical damage is enough. Palace is here with this fantastic disruption save. Is going to be able to buy a lot of time. The pushback immediately going off afterwards, though, and they've got the coil, too. 2 seconds done, pull him back, snap the coil, snap his net. Palos, though, stuck behind the Fissure. The Venom doing a lot, and it does. He tried to armlet toggle, but it wasn't quite good enough. He ends up falling as a result. Armel still in decent fighting shape, getting some damage out there with that Witchblade. Might still be able to hold this tower. G aren't the healthiest.
They don't want to give it to Terrorblade. This is his meta committal. You give him the objective, OG feels amazing about this fight.
Impale lands.
A lot of poke damage.
Bushwhack follow-up, but at the same time, Chu stalled Armel. Made sure that the puck couldn't get his combo onto the Terrorblade. Making sure that you're... Okay, Fnatic keep their mid tower alive.
Even now, they can just push it, right? No meta. There's no way OG's gonna fight. This should be a mid tower for Fnatic if they want to heroes, and all 5 coming in.
Chu doing a good job with the Fissure, killing the creep wave, so Fnatic is still stalled out for...
Where Yuragi sends the illusions to the side lanes, Tiny pushes the other. OG just want to split Fnatic up again while this meta's down. It's the name of the game. Meta up, take the fight. Meta down, run for your life.
They're going to try and sandwich in. DJ leading the way, but he didn't quite see BZM. The plasma field doesn't spot him either. BZM, he doesn't have a TP out though.
Just stuck here.
Looking all over through the... Don't find...
Knight. He'll get to cut another wave, probably. Oh, they scanned him.
Goodness, the scan. He cut a creep wave. He blinks away. Is the TP up yet? 8 more seconds. Uh-oh. DJ.
Surely he won't miss him a second time.
Surely they catch him. Surely he's around here somewhere. He's got to be. No, they think he TP'd out by now, surely. And BZM even sticking around. His TP is up, but he's saying, they haven't found me yet. They'll go for another creep wave. I'll do it again.
He's going to go for another wave here.
BZM. He's going to pop out, kill this creep wave, and Fnatic know they've been duped.
That's the mental damage creep wave kill right there.
Oh, yeah.
Put the tip on top. So much time wasted for Fnatic on this top lane. Means meta back up. Absolutely no punishment for this cooldown on OG. Now all of a sudden, Fnatic looking down the barrel of Eagle Song Terrorblade.
I mean, this is
a lot of
getting a lot.
damage.
And again, OG may have found the opening on the Jazz. This time he gets off the BKB at about half health. He's going to start draining away some damage with the Terrorblade. It's going to be a lot. Can they burst him down? No, he gets off the Sunder first. DJ hit by the Son of the Fissure. BZM, meanwhile, gets low, but a disruption might just be able to bail him out as the Chaos Knight gets instantly stuck. BZM jumping in for more. You absolute goddamn madman. BZM gets the extra kill off of a beautiful team fight for OG.
That is just an impossible fight to take there if Terrorblade just gets to stand his ground and hit them all. The Phantasm on this CK, not even up, just not getting to do anything with this hero with the armlet echo timing. OG completely shut that move down. Armel gets caught on by the avalanche on the backside. Just not enough firepower in the tank, especially if Razor's the one getting purged and gone on. This is the biggest reason why they picked this Shadow Demon. BKB Piercing Disable versus Razor, absolutely debilitating.
Yep, it was just like the Bloodseeker that we saw earlier against Amar's Razor.
like we said, Palos not ready to fight. He does nothing.
I mean, he tried to go onto the Tiny, but the Tiny's natural armor from Grow allowed him to tank long enough that the disruption save came to Taiga.
Now Yuragi is really far ahead.
Oh yeah, this is looking like a Terrorblade that could just carry through the game at that Scotty time. No, Scotty actually. Butterfly into his Titanic as his name.
Butterfly into high ground. This is normally what you can do with this item in 8. You just start hitting, forces Fnatic to go on you. They don't have that toss back like they did last game. It's just going to have to be an all-in committal, which is where OG supports shine. You commit on this Terrorblade, suddenly SD has a free fight, Shaker has a free fight. Not to mention the toss back is on OG side this game. And another smoke up. Fnatic really need to be careful to not get caught here. They get caught around their towers. OG are absolutely going to shred them. You'd be looking at a very early high ground.
Jabs is a great pickoff for them. BKB TP out. He may not, like, that purge may be a really big problem for him offensively, but at least defensively, it's still BKB.
G opting not mid.
Radiant's
Stuck in some fight.
under attack.
They are strong enough. Can't blame them to just control the map here. Smoke Fnatic out. Yuragi will continue to build his lead. Off the map with illusion. He has an illusion cutting bottom wave. There's an illusion going mid. Farming all 3 lanes here.
Under attack.
Hoodwink. Up here. Have a lane. There is an opportunity.
Radiant's top tower.
A lot of damage. Trying to catch him, but Armel is away. They're showing these heroes, meaning there it is. What I was talking about. They've got that ward. They set a trap up. They get a pick off on a Shadow Team.
Fine, good way to stall this game out.
And they have the positioning then to immediately cut the creep wave. Well, keeps OG looking. Split push pressure is going to keep.
Fnatic have the read. There's no reason to fight this. Have the split push pressure. That's another reason why I thought OG might just try and force some of this tier 2 or force an early high ground here to put Fnatic back. Otherwise, you kind of just get traded on the map. It's too hard to catch people. Current state of the game, they're too free. Especially this Puck, especially this Hoodwink who can play around the tree.
That is a sentry that's going to get him caught. He's right inside of it. CM. Full advantage of that.
Here's OG trying to smoke these heroes out. They're done getting messed around. Yuragi. An enemy hero.
That's the Hoodwink. Close enough, maybe they could get the kill. Chu. Fisher, but way. And you can see, very importantly, Palos is still out on the map. He does have the Phantasm. He's been spotted. He's going to pop the Phantasm, throw the illusion sound, see if he can go for a TP away, but he can't. Taiga catches him with the disruption. Palos is finally going to pay the price. He tried to stay out there, but Taiga finally spots him, gets him killed, and now maybe OG are getting the map in, getting these tier 2s out of here.
I'm telling you, tier 2 in the high ground.
Under attack.
Be on the menu soon. They now have a blink on Shaker, so the pickoff is getting a lot more deadly here. The amount of gold these OG supports have sucked off the map.
Goodbye. Well,
They don't want anything of that.
Yeah.
Tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under
More of these tier 2s that fall, it also frees up the pressure for these Terrorblade illusions. There's not a lot that deals with them outside of Puck. These things are absolutely deadly. They're going to clear every wave. They're going to start pressuring your towers. Razor doesn't want to sit here and hit him. Blinking him, sure. Just takes so much time and gives OG so much information.
You don't want to have. You don't have one of those like hexing.
Build some Dagons, maybe.
Yeah, Palos into trouble. He's got the BKB. He's going to prevent the toss, but he's still taking so much physical damage. Again, the Purge plus the Metamorphosis allows Yuragi just to run down heroes. Looks like they almost got Chu, but Chu is going to turn around, hit the stun onto our Hoodwink, who looks to run away from BZM, but can't make it. Little squirrel flies high and falls hard. Down on the side of Fnatic, and a second tier 2 on the mid. Oh, what a Fisher Echo! Hello, that's a third hero. That's a tier 2. That is what you were talking about. The potential of getting kills around towers could lead to an early high ground.
Their lucky meta's running out here. It might not matter. Satanic done for this Terrorblade. He's an absolute unstoppable force right now. OG feeling themselves.
He just chucked you in.
Why not?
He's feeling himself. He's having some fun here. The backdoor protection's about to go down. They're going to have to fight this without a puck.
There is no fighting this.
Yeah,
Terribly
is it too
is
tough?
way too big.
Oh, almost got the bushwhack. BCM blinks first. Melee barracks low enough. OG, they want to commit to this and want to finish this off.
Hell, they can just send illusions in. You have disruption, you have Terrorblade. Again, expect Fnatic here.
Say the glyph is good enough. We got a lot of resources.
No reason to take some high ground fight if you don't have to, I guess. And
what a timing on that Fisher.
Absolutely read it perfectly. Taking the free chance that maybe he jaunts in, right?
Yeah,
Never know.
absolutely. I mean, he wants to kill that creep wave and stall out this pushing, so Chu, just a smart read. And Palos, oh no, already down to half health as Amar's going to turn around, throw out the Viper Strike onto Jazz. Palos goes for the TP away, and thanks to the Impale, he'll make it out. DJ saves the day for Palos, but can anybody else escape? Looks like Armel will be okay. Jumped over the orb, maybe he's not okay. He has to throw off the coil, but the Fisher caught him already. He's got an orb, he's got to blink up. He's going to be able to blink straight away. Yes, he is. He's facing the right direction. Jumps over to his orb now. He's still not making it far enough. They know he's on the high ground. Another phase shift and another orb. It's coming up soon. Orb side. Jump to it. Hits the Impale. Chu is there. The blink is coming up in a second. Armel is out.
Now, Chu has his number today, man.
He really does.
Every single spell, every single hit. No freedom for Armel in these fights.
Oh, they want the toss back. Palos, they know he doesn't have his BKB. If they could have got him out of position with the toss, he would have been 100% dead. Instead, they'll just get the melee barracks. Good enough for OG.
I am surprised by the amount of discipline OG has. Their Terrorblade is so strong. It feels like he's invincible. Expecting the spell damage and perhaps buybacks can come out from Fnatic in a high ground situation.
Is there any chance they're playing? Is there any items that are coming in for Fnatic that could change the nature of these fights?
I mean, probably not. That's probably why they feel it doesn't really matter. Like, you're scaling your Viper, you're scaling your Tiny. He has Ags on the menu. Your supports are no slouches as well. Taiga almost up to it. Ags on top of 8th or Blink. Chu has been destroying Armel in these fights. I don't think they're in a rush.
So it just comes down to Fnatic. If they won back in this game, it's going to be through execution. The toss back, no. BKB denies it. Andy managed to get the bushwhack onto the Tiny, pulling back in underneath the tier 3. They're going for the Shadow Demon, and they get him too. Armel and DJ, assassins of the back line. Kill him. Chu, Echo Slam straight up onto Armel. At the same time, Chaos Knight trying to challenge that Terrorblade. Not a chance in hell.
Armel gets brought down by BZM on the back. The stun's too much for this puck. The tips between OG, pushing them to potentially another top 3 at a LAN event.
Creaming through a second lane of barracks. They jump forward, catch Jazz as well, toss it back into the Terrorblade. He gets up 3 men stun. DJ, you've done what you can, but there's nobody else to help you out here.
At least he can maybe go out in style.
Running, but will be denied. Toss back to his death. No tier 2 at the top lane. OG can go for the full sweep for Megas.
Too much farm, too much net worth. Not enough gas in the tank for Fnatic. I have not felt this CK's impact at all in this game. He just had a decent laning phase, but the fights were just desynchronized. Didn't get to use his Phantasm armor timing. Didn't feel like he got to use this BKB at all.
Again, these two matched up against each other at the major. In an elimination series, they went to game 3, and in that game 3, Fnatic put trust in the Raven Chaos Knight. So again, they turn to the Chaos Knight. Does not seem to be the answer. OG's.
I don't know if there is an answer against this Terrorblade. He's basically 5-slotted at 30 minutes. Borderline 800 GPM. Absolute perfect game from Yuragi. He's about to push him to the next series here.
Cutting the creep wave where they can. Anything to stop OG, but like Florida to Fisher instantly beats and pounces, catches the puck. A buyback immediately goes out. Jabs, he's committed to BKB, and he's trying to drain away the damage from this Terrorblade. A little help out from DJ, but it looks like he's eventually going to go down. Did what he could, but the rest of the team has to clean it up, and there's just no chance. This Terrorblade is an absolute monster. 2 is a monster. A 4-person stun. 3-second Chaos Bolt out from Palos, but there's nothing to follow it up with. Armel, he jumps back in, trying to go for it, but an Echo Slam from 2. Are you looking for me? Nah, son. I'm going to take you down myself. To the coach with his own bare hands, brings down the Kingslayer and knocks Fnatic out of ESL 1.
Mobility for what? I'm just going to stun lock you into oblivion.